welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Jessica Lynn, and I'm very happy to have you. So in today's video, we are finally going to be reviewing the Tati Beauty Blendiful. Okay, so she came out with two like puffs, I guess you could call them. And I think they retail for $18, so it comes with a big puff like this and a small little heart puff. And in her video, basically she says that you can apply any and all kinds of makeup with these two puffs, liquid, powder, everything like that. So we're gonna try it out today and see how it works. Let me see if it's still available online. And yes, it looks like it is still available online for $18 at tatibeauty.com. So I believe she said you can even apply primers with it, so I'm gonna try to do that. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Putty Primer, which I always use. Almost done, just picked up another one, thank God. I think I need to be strategic about this. Just gonna put some right here. I guess I need to like dedicate certain spots of the sponge to different products. And my biggest concern about this actually is like these fibers getting in my makeup. So I feel like that's gonna be like the true test of everything. So let's just get started. So I'm gonna take like the tip right here and just fold it over and start pressing this primer into my skin. It's a weird feeling. Like, is the primer just going onto the puff or is it actually being pressed into my skin? Do I dab it or do I swipe? It's an interesting feeling. Don't mind the self-tan on my hand. It's like in its end stages, so it looks ratchet. I guess that's all in now. Okay, so now that primer is done, we're going to be going in with one of my favorite foundations. I use this almost every day. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and this is in the shade 430 Ivory Buff. So do I put it directly on here or on my skin, or do I have a palette that I can put it on? Okay, so I just cleaned off like my little palette. I'm gonna squirt a few pumps on there. This will start off with like 3. And I mean, I guess I can take the same side that the primer was on because primer and foundation are gonna mix anyway, right? So I'm just gonna tap it in there. And start applying. You swipe? I think you swipe. I don't know. I should have done more research. It feels really nice and soft. I do have to say that. And I don't see any fibers coming off, but I do see like the swipe marks in my foundation. So I don't necessarily like that, so maybe I should use a more like tapping motion. But the coverage isn't bad. It's not like soaking up a lot of the product like a sponge does, or even a brush. I feel like sometimes like the product gets stuck down in there, so I don't really like using brushes either. I do feel like just swiping though, the product will just like sit on top of your skin, and if I was using like a sponge, I'm like pressing it into my skin, so it really like gets in there and gets in those pores and can't like move around easily, whereas this I feel like I'm just like swiping it all over. So I am gonna use like a pressing motion. Okay, I'm gonna dip a little bit more in and go on this side. Should I start off with swiping or start off with pressing? I'll start off with swiping just to disperse the product and then press it into the skin. I think that's a good tactic. I do have to say my biggest concern was that these fibers were gonna come off in my makeup and like have like little spots all over the place. And that's not the case, so I'm very happy with that. Okay, so it's really not that bad right off the bat. I definitely think it has like some getting used to. So next I'm gonna do concealer. So I'm gonna mix two. I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. New Hydrating Camo Concealer and then Tarte Shape Tape. I'm just gonna apply this like I normally would, right under the eyes. A little bit on the forehead, nose. I do right around my nose too. And then to brighten it up a little bit under the eyes, I'll do the Shape Tape and just combine them like that. And then I'm gonna, so that's what it looks like right now. So I'm gonna use this corner for concealer. Just tap that in. I don't want to swipe this time because I feel like it'll just like go everywhere, so I'm just gonna tap. Not bad. It actually blends out pretty quickly. I thought it was gonna take like a lot of maneuvering, but it's not. I got blended out so nice and quick. I think I actually really like that. So next on our list is cream contour. So I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild makeup stick, Wet n Wild makeup stick, and this is in the shade Call Me Maple. I always use this one. So I'm just gonna swipe this onto the skin like I normally would. And normally with cream contour, I use a brush because I feel like it more easily disperses everything. I'm gonna fold it in half like this and use this corner for the cream contour. Do I swipe or pat? I don't know. I guess pat like this. It's not blending out too bad. That actually blended out really quickly. Ooh, I like that. It's getting muddy in my hairline there. That's just me as a person. So with this product, I feel like I usually use a brush because it's easier to blend because it doesn't move around as much. It's not very creamy because it is a stick. So it's a little difficult to blend out, but it's not horrible. And I feel like I can always go in with like where I did my foundation too. Use that side just to dull it down a little bit if it's too much, so that's not bad. So everything is blending out a lot easier than I thought it would, I'm not gonna lie. So like, if you like look closer at my skin, it's actually really nice and glowy. You don't see any of those particles in it, which I'm shocked about. I really thought all those fuzzies were gonna come off and go into the cream product. So next I'm gonna go in with powder and set my face. I'm gonna be using the Fit Me powder from Maybelline. And this is what the sponge looks like with all the foundation on it. So I'm just gonna use a clean side to dip in the powder. And I always use a puff for my powder, so I figured if this didn't work with my foundation, I would just use it as a powder puff, because that's what I always do anyway. I don't use a sponge or a brush for my powder. I always use a puff. I don't know why, I can't. When I feel like I use like a beauty blender, it's like too damp. A brush, I feel like it goes everywhere. With a puff, I feel like I can really concentrate it where I need to. Yeah, it's doing a really good job of like putting the powder exactly where I need to. It's not sticking to the puff either. Like it is doing a really good job of applying the powder. Okay, so as that powder sets really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I just did my brows, I'm gonna dust away that powder quickly. I don't have a cream blush to use with the Blendiful, so I'm just gonna do bronzer and blush really quick. I'm gonna use a brush for those, and then maybe we'll try applying some highlight with the mini one. If you hear sirens in the background, I'm sorry. I live in New York City. It's gonna happen. There's no getting around it. So I'm just gonna go with my favorite bronzer. It's the Pretty Vulgar bronzer in Mannequin. Oh, Bronze Mannequin. Taking that on a Morphe R14. I always do my bronzer like super quick and messy. I don't know why. I'm like not big into like contouring with my bronzer. I just like try to bronze myself up since I'm pale as anything else. Blend that out a little bit better. And now I'm going to be using the Balm blush from the Balm Frat Boy blush, and I don't know what shade this is in. I have no idea what shade this is in, but this is what it looks like. It's very pinky. And I'm using a Morphe E4. And now for highlight. I mean, I probably have a liquid highlighter that I could use the mini with, but I'm gonna try it with a powder because she said you can use these with powders, so I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna be dipping into the Jaclyn Hill highlighter palette. This is in the Flash. These are I don't want to blind you, all the mirrors, but usually with this palette, I love this palette. I usually mix like all of the shades together, or maybe I'm just gonna mix like these two together. So what is that? Gleam and Iced. I'm gonna mix those two together. And I don't know. This one is a little bit stiffer than the bigger one, just so you are aware. And I'm just gonna fold it in half and mix those two together. That's what it looks like. Oh, it picks up a lot. I'm scared. I'll just dab it on like that. Oh, I mean, it does apply it really nicely, actually. Oh, I was not expecting that. Okay. I feel like it's not as precise as a brush because it's a little bit chunkier, but I don't mind that. Especially with forehead highlight. I'm just gonna take my blush brush and go over that really quick just so it blends a little bit better together, but not bad. Okay. Okay, so really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes and I'll be right back for my final thoughts. All right, guys, so sorry the lighting is probably like a million years different, but that's because I did like another look before this for Instagram and then put on this eye look. So it's like 3 hours later, so now it's dark outside. So the lighting is probably all kinds of effed up. Anyway, final thoughts. After like sitting with my makeup for a while and like doing different looks and like playing around with it, I actually really like the Blendiful. I am in complete shock that I actually like it. I did not think I was gonna like using a powder puff basically to apply my makeup, but honestly my makeup looks amazing. My face makeup looks amazing, and if you guys know me, you know that face makeup is my favorite part of the routine. So for me to like a new product and have it work with what I normally do is a shock. So I highly recommend. It's still available over on tatibeauty.com, so if you guys want to try it out yourself, I suggest go ahead and snatching it up before it's sold out. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I say this every video that I'm going to try to be better with posting, but I really am trying to be better. So hit the notification bell, subscribe down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more makeup reviews. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.